Awesome. Okay, so hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm here with Leslie Jackson, and Leslie and I have been doing social media ad creation for agents for quite some time now. After years and years and years of A/B testing ads that work and don't work through Command specifically. I mean, other platforms too, but this is Command because you guys are using Command. And I would like to hear, Tamara, before we get started, what are you on this call for today? If you could just give us a little bit of insight as to, what you're looking for and why you decided to jump on and find out how we could help.
Generation. I honestly just started my real estate career like 10 weeks ago. So I'm just trying to soak up as much information as I can.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this call is going to show you kind of like what Leslie and I can do to kind of help you if you want us to help you create social media ads for you to get you some business. You're new in the business and therefore you haven't created any bad habits yet. So awesome. So you're open to hearing how to convert Facebook leads because you don't know any other way, which is great.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, give us a little insight as to why you're on this call today.
Just trying to look to find other ways to lead generate. As far as I know, social media is important. So I want to soak up as much information to see how I can lead generate that way.
All right, cool, man. So we're going to jump in to some slides that I created here just to kind of give you an idea of kind of like what Leslie and I can help you with. All right, so let's just jump in here real quick. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen. I'm gonna just make this a little bit bigger.
Yep, we could see it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to make it bigger. There we go. All right, cool. You guys can see that?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, awesome. So Leslie and I run a consulting company as well as, we consult and we coach agents on how to make their social media better. And we manage their social media for them as one of our options. And so what we do there is we create ads for them based on a few different criteria. So, but before we get into that, I want to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about why Facebook ads tend to fail for agents. There's 6 key reasons as to why agents typically aren't very good at creating social media ads. And these are the 6 reasons that we've found out. Number 1, they just don't know how to build a campaign, right? They don't know what to advertise. They don't know how to advertise. We're not marketers, we're real estate agents. So figuring out how to market the right product, I mean, we're advertising homes, but figuring out how to create ads that are enticing to the consumer can be difficult. And there are people out there that know how to do that and have done that for many, many, many years. And so the campaign is definitely one of the reasons why. Now, these are in no particular order, by the way, just so you know. Number 2, the way the ad looks, right? Like anyone can throw some pictures of a house up on the internet and say, this house is for sale, right? And you'll get leads, but it doesn't mean that the ad was effective. And it doesn't mean that the leads you're going to get are any good. You know what I mean? Also, the ad copy, what the ad says, it's very, very important. The wording of the ad and how it's worded and the calls to action and like telling someone what to do, whether you want them to share it or you want them to click it or you want them to like it or you want them to comment. That's what social media is, telling the consumer like the actions you want them to take. And so if you don't mention that in the copy, it's going to fall flat. The target, so getting in front of the right people at the right time. Facebook allows you to choose your target options and you can decide who you want to get in front of. Do you want the person, You obviously want to get in front of people who are looking to buy a house. You obviously want to get in front of people who have some money to buy a house. You want to get in front of people who are looking to move to that particular area. There's so many different ways to choose the right target. And the last thing that I mentioned, the particular area, and that's the location. Like, where are my buyers coming from? Maybe they don't live in the town that I'm advertising in. Maybe they live somewhere else. How do I figure that stuff out? So the location at which the ad is shown, plus the target, those things are very important. And then of course the follow-up. That's the hardest part. Right? Like, somebody might click on your ad and submit their information, but then it might take you 6, 7, 8, 18, 28, 38 times to actually get that person on the phone. And saying the right things and doing it at the right times and doing it at the right cadence is extremely important. So these are the reasons why that we found agents tend to fail at social media. Leslie, anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I think we nailed all of these descriptions of why agents aren't, having success through creating campaigns. Now, when I sit back and look at the top 6 and we, just hear Nick talking, it's a lot, you guys. There's so many things that go into creating an ad and also capturing quality leads. So all of these 6 things, you have to have a precise strategy around them and understand how it works. So I'm really excited to dive in more with you, Nick. This is great.
Awesome. Let's go on to the next slide. All right. So how can we help you in creating your social media? Well, the two of us have probably over a decade of experience of Facebook and internet lead generation. We've A/B tested ads and campaigns. Now, if you don't know what A/B testing is, we've run lots of different ads. We've figured out what has worked and what hasn't worked, right? And we help you with the following. We help you with your ad creation, understanding your local market, so we know who to target and what to target. We know what to advertise. We dive into location-based targeting, specifically finding out where your buyers are coming from so we can get in front of them. We also focus on quality leads over quantity. It's not about getting 100 leads. It's about getting like 10 really good ones, right? We also want to know, we also help you understand what your buyers in your market want, because different markets offer different things. Do they want to be near a Whole Foods? Do they want new construction? Do they want a house with character? Like, what are people in your market looking for? We also help you with the ad design, the ad copy, the ad destination, as in terms of like where it sends your people. Like when they click the learn more button on Facebook, where do they go? Right? Is it a single property? Is it a list of homes? Is it condos? Is it houses with pools? Right? What is it? And of course, we help you with your follow-up by supplying you with custom smart plans with text messages, emails, and phone call reminders, so you know how to automate your follow-up when you can, and then of course, when to make a phone call when you're supposed to, or any other type of specific task that you'd be doing inside of Command to help you follow up. Anything I missed there, Leslie?
No, I think, it's kind of like when you see an NBA basketball player, like, shoot all these perfect free throws, right? And you're like, wow, he is on top of his game. Well, what we're not seeing is all the practice and strategy and hard work that he had placed beforehand to get those free throws like nailed, right? So what Nick and I have, and same thing with Nick and I, so what we have done is we put all of the work in for you. We've done the A and B testing. So what you're seeing and hearing will be those perfect shots for you. We're going to be basically grabbing all that information that we learned and then actually putting it into execution.
Wow, I love your basketball analogy, Leslie.
It just came out of left
I
field,
know
to be
you're
honest.
an avid basketball fan and an avid basketball player.
Hey, by the way, I was on a basketball team in high school, so you never
Oh,
know.
okay. Well, then I stand
Just
corrected.
because I'm short doesn't mean I can't shoot some hoops.
I stand corrected. I think I learn something new every day from you. All right. Here's some ads that actually work. And these are ads that we have created for our clients. And this one is a location-based ad. And this one is in Colorado Springs. I actually just created this the other day, but ads that are similar to this work very well. Now in Colorado Springs, there's a lot of military bases. So this is advertising homes for sale near Fort Carson because it's very heavy with military. So we're going to get it out in front of people who are looking to live near the base. And it's a list of homes that are in that vicinity within like a mile or two. And so this is something that, oh, there's someone jumping on here. Here we go. I'm going to let Charles in. Hey, Charles, we're right in the middle, but don't worry. We'll answer any questions for you as we progress. And we can always go back and show you a couple of the slides that you missed. Oh, here's someone else. Paula's coming in.
Looks like people are getting your update, Nick.
Yeah, now they're like, oh, they're like, oh, we had this Zoom with Nick and we forgot. But hey, listen, you wouldn't be an agent if you weren't fashionably late for something. They were probably at some Christmas party where they were offering food, and food to an agent is like a commission.
Join on your video.
It's like a commission.
Oh, your sound.
Hey, Leslie, can you mute everybody? All right, cool. And if you're coming in a little bit late, don't worry. We can always go backwards. I just don't want to go backwards for the people that were here already, but we'll go backwards later. So anyway, this is an example of an ad that we created for a team in Colorado Springs, and it's advertising homes that are for sale near a military base, just listed near Fort Carson. And within Command, you have the ability to pinpoint actual locations with our Google Maps integration. So we would create ads for you that are, near a location that people would be interested in. Like I said before, maybe they're interested in living near a Whole Foods. Maybe if you're like me and you're from northern New Jersey, maybe you need to be near a train station so you can get into Midtown Manhattan. So anyway, depending on where you are, there's always going to be a location that is important to buyers. And we can create ads for you that are built around that location. All right, let's move on to the next slide here. Oops, I went backwards. Oh, shoot, I'm going back. Oh, let me go forwards now. Here we go. All right, here's another example of an ad that works. I just ran this recently, and I've run ads like this in the past where it advertises your mobile app. These are a little bit trickier. The cost per lead is substantially higher, but I would pay $6, $8, or $10 per lead to get someone to sign up for my mobile app all day long, because that is a big ask of somebody. Like download my app is like a multiple step process because it takes it's probably like 3 or 4 clicks. And so it can be difficult to get someone to do that, but I'm willing to pay that $8 to $10 or $12 for someone to download my app and get them off of Zillow and using my branded app. So this is an example of an ad that works. And this ad brought us about, over the course of several months, brought us about 13 downloads to our app. So it's a long process and an expensive process, but an effective process at the same time. Anything you want to add to that, Leslie?
Yeah, I think there's also some learning and education around our app that most don't understand. So when Nick says the lead will be living in your world, they really will be. And you get all that connectivity to Command, the communication from that lead, what homes are looking at, what searches are saving, when they registered, like all that information gets placed into Command. So I think there's just a misunderstanding of how the app works. So I just wanted to add that in so you can understand how it all comes together.
Cool. Yep. Let's go to another ad that works really well. So homes for sale in a particular area, right? This was an ad we created for a client in Crestview, Florida. And this is advertising homes for sale in Crestview. We created the way the ad looks. We came up with the copy, and these types of ads are all about curating what the consumer is looking at. So you're creating a very customizable and easy experience, right? Like, here are homes for sale in Crestview. Click below to look at what's for sale, or click below to start your search. We have curated this list for you already, so you don't have to go on Zillow to look for it. We've done it for you. And so this type of ad is extremely successful because it's showcasing homes for sale in a particular neighborhood that people might be interested in searching, and they don't have to actively go and look for it and waste time doing that. It's all about customer service. Here's another ad that really uses our KW websites to like the highest capability. This is advertising homes with a pool in San Antonio, Texas, for one of our clients down there. So this is a cool ad because we go on the website and we create this search, and we only show homes that have pools for sale. So if you live in a hot area of the country where pools are something that's very desirable, like California, Texas, Florida, this is an ad that's going to perform very, very well. Now, if you live in a different area of the country, like Tamara, you're in Washington, a pool might not be something that's desirable, but we'll figure out something else that would be desirable and target that and advertise that. But this is just an example of how you can use your consumer site, build an ad, and only show homes with a particular feature to the person who's clicking on the ad. Again, curating homes in an area with a particular feature is extremely beneficial and very customer service driven. Anything you want to add to that, Leslie?
There's a lot that I want to add, but I'm going to save it to the very end.
Okay.
I think people will have more questions around that.
Here's another example of homes with pools in Temecula, California. Again, homes with pools in that area are very, very desirable. So depending on what's desirable in your neighborhood, we can help you build ads that advertise that desirable aspect that you're trying to feature. Now I'm going to show you some results, right? Because we can talk all the talk we want, but we got to walk the walk too. So here's an ad that was created. I created this one for myself over multiple times. This is advertising homes for sale in Bloomfield, New Jersey. We spent $300. We generated 76 leads. Our total cost per lead was $394. Again, higher cost per lead here because of what we're advertising and how we're targeting it. So the cost per lead is going to be slightly higher than the average. The average is around $2. So this was $4. But we qualified 6 of those 76. Qualified means that we talked to 6 people who want to buy a home within the next 6 to 9 months. That's qualified. And so those people we can actively work with. The total potential volume on this was 2.5 million. The potential commission at the time was 75,000. It didn't end up being 75,000 because we didn't sell a home to all 6 of them yet, right? But if we were to close all 6, that's what it would actually add up to based on what the buyer told us they could afford. Here is an ad that we created for a client in Myrtle Beach, California. I'm sorry, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Is it South? Wait, Myrtle Beach is in Virginia, right?
You're asking the wrong.
Oh my God, I'm so
No,
bad.
it's north. It's north.
North Carolina. That's right.
Yeah.
Is North Carolina. How do I? Oh my goodness
I'm
gracious.
terrible at geography too, so don't worry.
You know what? The GPSs on our phones have made us geographically stupid, I think. All right. So Myrtle Beach, I created this for a client down in Myrtle Beach. the spend was $60 over the course of a month. So we did a smaller spend for about $2 a day for 30 days. Generated 16 leads. Total cost per lead was about $375. One qualified lead out of 16 is actually very, very good, right? So the potential GCI on that. Oh, and she was qualified for 300,000. She was pre-approved. So he worked with her and made $9,000, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
For a $60 spend, I'll take it all day. This is a database targeting ad. This is a retargeting ad. So like, let me see if I can explain this to you guys. If you're not familiar with what retargeting is, it's like a very basic form of marketing, but getting in front of people that you've already been in front of. So like, for example, if you're looking on Amazon, you know, for shoes or whatever, right? Let's say I'm looking on homedepot.com at barbecues, right? I want to buy a new grill and I'm looking at Weber, and then I click off of Home Depot and I go back to Facebook, and then I start to see Weber grills in my newsfeed. That's because I'm being targeted by homedepot.com. So that's what we're doing here. We're getting back in front of people who have previously submitted their information to look at homes on your website, and we're getting back in front of them. So here, the verbiage is different. It's not saying we've curated a list of homes, come visit our website, create a list of homes for you for sale in Bloomfield, New Jersey, click the list. We're reminding them that they've been to our site in the past. So what we're saying is, in the past, you visited our website to look at homes for sale. Based on that last visit, we found some other homes that you might be interested in. So you guys have all seen ads that are similar to this for other products, but this is very effective because you're getting back in front of people that didn't reply to you or you didn't make contact with. So we spent $100 on this ad, generated 12 leads. Now, these were leads that we already had in the database because it's a retargeting ad, but we were able to then qualify 3 of them that we weren't able to qualify before. So that's very important to understand. Here's some results from some of our clients. We ran ads for advertising condos for a client, and she talked to 10 out of 45. And this was her testimonial when I asked her the results. This was recently in November. She talked to 10 of them. 1 was a year out, 1 got a pre-approval, 1 is 3 months out, 3 or 6 months out, 2 are 8 to 10 months out, 1 is a year out. Anyway, long story short, out of these 10, she's got 9 pieces of business between the next 3 to 12 months, which is really anything short of amazing. Here's another condo ad from another client, 67 leads. She talked to 24 of them. So she had a 40% contact rate, which is enormous, around 40%. And she got 2 active buyers and a seller from one of these condo ads that we built for her. So the condo ads in her neighborhood did extremely well. And if we generated 67 leads, she talked to 24, she signed 2 buyers and a listing. I mean, that was a $50, I think a $50 or $60 spend. No, actually $100, because I think we ran it twice. So $100 and 3 active clients is really quite impressive. And here I asked one of our clients to tell me how many total pieces of business she's gotten in the last 3 months as we've been running ads for her. So she replied in my email, because I said in her email, tell me how many pieces of potential business you've gotten from the ads I made for you, and how many you think will turn into something. So over 3 months, the ads that we built her brought her 124 leads since September, and 20 of them, she's pretty positive that they're going to turn into a sale. 20 out of 124 are going to turn
kind
into
of a big
sale.
deal.
And that's like in the next 12 months. That's
Just makes me smile.
crazy.
Yeah.
I think she spent, let me think. She spent $150 a week. So 3, 6. So that's 600 a month. What's 6 times 3? 18. Is that 1,800? Yeah. So $1,800, 124 leads, and 20 of them are going to turn into a sale. That is an incredible, I mean, I feel really good about that. So this is what we do, guys. Look at our faces. This is what we do. This is how we help you build social media campaigns for your business. If you're new, if you're seasoned, if you want someone to help you do it for you, Leslie and I can help you do that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you being on the call.